Hello, my name is Mr. Feeney. I'm one of the assistant head teachers at West Derby School, and today I'm going to be talking you through Microsoft Teams. So if you're watching this, it's probably because you've been asked to self-isolate, or your year group or your class are having to self-isolate. So I hope you're well, hope your family are well, and that everything is okay. Please let us know if you have any issues at home, any problems logging on to any of the learning platforms we have, and we'll do our very, very best to help. And that's what we're here for, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that you can continue learning and hopefully get you back into school as soon as we possibly can. So Microsoft Teams is very similar to Zoom or to Skype or WhatsApp. It allows you to take part in live lessons, to call people, to join classes, and video chat. And we found it very useful during lockdown with different year groups. So hopefully you'll be able to take part in some lessons and get involved as well. So I'm going to run through today how to access Microsoft Teams, how to download it to your computer or your phone, and how to join a lesson. First thing you're going to need is your school email address. Without that, you're not going to get very far. So on the screen, you can see the layout for that. It should be your first name dot your surname at westderbyschool.co.uk, and then whatever the password is that you've set for that. If you can't remember, or you've forgotten it or lost your password, please contact the school and we will get it changed for you. And if you email hwsupport@westderbyschool.co.uk, someone will get back to you straight away and get your password changed and updated so you can take part. Best place to start with this is the school website. So I'll just click on to. So on the school website, students have access to all the learning platforms, all the programs that they need to continue learning at home. Along in the top right-hand corner, you'll see various icons, and to access Teams, students need to click on the envelope icon, and this will open up Microsoft 365. Now, mine has gone straight into Office. You, if it is your first time doing this, will be asked for your school email address and password. So from here, students have access to a whole host of Microsoft programs. The ones they will probably use most are things like Word and PowerPoint, maybe Excel, and perhaps OneDrive as well, which is a storage area where students can save all their documents as opposed to using pen drives and things. They also have access to their school email through Outlook. So again, they can email staff and email teachers if they have any questions or any queries. But for today, we need to find Microsoft Teams. So it may display on the main screen like it has on mine. If not, if students click on this square icon on the top left, it will give all the apps, and again, you'll be able to find it in here. So I'm just going to click into Microsoft Teams, and it'll take a minute or so for it to load up. Right. So what I would recommend students do now before we get started and go through different things is actually download the Teams app. It's probably the easiest thing to do here. So that can be done two ways. Firstly, down on the left-hand corner, you may see a little icon that says download Teams, or alternatively, if you click on this icon on the top right, you'll find a little drop-down menu and you want to download to desktop. If you're working on a mobile device or a tablet, again, you click on mobile app, and both should work quite well. Teams tends to work better when you download the desktop app, so on a computer or on a PC or a laptop. So I've already downloaded mine, so I'm going to go straight into Teams. Once you've downloaded it, you will get this window open up, and again, you'll probably be asked to sign in again. So mine's remembered me from the last time I was in, so I'm just going to click sign in, and again, give it a minute or so to load up. As I said, Teams tends to work better as a desktop app as opposed to through the internet. It tends to be a bit quicker and a little bit smoother for students. Okay, so now you're into Microsoft Teams. Nice and simple to use. Teams is a nice piece of software and it's quite intuitive. So hopefully students will find their way around quite quickly. Best place to start is in the actual Teams section. So down along the left-hand side, you've got all the different tabs. So your son should be able to see his classes in here. Now, obviously on mine, I can see all the classes I teach, and there's quite a lot in there, but your son should see his own class, whatever it's called, for each of his subjects. He will be added into those as needs be. I'm just going to pick a random class to go into. I'll pick one of my science classes, and we can just see what it looks like when you go into it. So I'll go into, try and find a science class. Here we go. I'll just go into this science group, and you can see what it will look like when your son eventually does get logged into it. Right, so the first section you'll be presented with is an area called posts, and this is where staff and students can talk to each other. So this is very like kind of like a WhatsApp group sort of thing, where students can talk with each other, or they can talk with a member of staff. So this is for my year 13 class, and you can see I've set them some work and given them some instructions, as of other teachers, and students can reply back, and we can set assignments and different things. So all I will say with this is it's very useful, very nice to talk with the member of staff. You just start a conversation, start typing whatever it is you want to say, or can you please help me? Can you direct me to what I need to do? And the teacher should hopefully be able to reply. Students need to remember that this is an open forum, everyone can see it, so everything that they type is seen by everyone else. And we like to remind students that this isn't WhatsApp. It's not for them to talk with their friends about footy or whatever, it's for work. So just please bear that in mind. Another section students may find useful is the files tab along the top, and in here staff can upload work, and they can upload lessons and things like that. So again, you can see all the lessons for my year 13 class that have been uploaded, and then students can download whatever they need, click on it, click download, and work on that document as they need to. So there's quite a lot and quite a few little useful things. There's some other little tabs along the top. Again, we'll try and keep it simple today. Posts is probably the main bit he's going to need to be able to use. Right, to see if you've got a lesson scheduled, the calendar is the easiest area to go to. So if I just open up, my calendar looks quite busy. These are all my lessons and all my duties and everything else that I have to do. So there's quite a lot going on. Your son's will hopefully look a lot simpler, a lot more straightforward. And he should be able to see his classes and when they're scheduled, and he can click into those classes and hopefully join in with an actual class and see the teacher and see what's happening within the class. Okay, so we're going to do a little practice of a lesson. Hopefully this will work. So I've asked another member of staff to call me pretending to be the student, so you can see how you would join that lesson and what you would actually be able to see in that lesson. And she's going to share some of her resources again, so you can get a feel for what it would look like sitting at home. So Miss Kidd is going to call in a second. She's our head of geography, who's very kindly volunteered to help with this, and fingers crossed it all works. So we should be able to see her on the screen, and ideally, if you're sitting at home, she will be able to see you, so you can take part in the lesson. So here we go. Hello, Miss Kidd.
Hiya.
So Miss Kidd is our guinea pig teacher, and she's just going to show us very quickly what it would look like for me sitting at home. So what you will be able to see in the lessons. So in a real lesson, Miss Kidd would call the group, and you would just click answer, and you'll be able to see Miss Kidd like you can. And if you see on the screen, you can see one of our PowerPoints, and she can obviously teach virtually using all that material and everything else. And Dan, you'll still be able to see Miss Kidd, and Miss Kidd can obviously see and hear you. And if you do have any questions for Miss or anything like that, there's a couple of little features along the top here that you can see, and that will help with lessons as well. There's a little hands up feature that pops up along the top of the screen. You can see who else is involved in the lesson. You can type comments if you missed something or you didn't hear Miss. You can type in the little chat feature as well, which makes it quite useful. and hopefully, all going well, it all works well. Miss Kid has been doing this for 2 weeks with the sixth form, haven't you, Miss?
Yeah,
And
really good actually, really effective.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Works really well. So fingers crossed it will work when you're at home. So, Miss, I'll let you get back to work.
Thanks.
And fingers crossed, all this will work. Talk to you later.
Bye bye.
So I think that's us really there for Teams. That's the main features that you need to be able to use. Find your team or your class, and as I say, you'll see yours pop up on the screen. The calendar is probably the easiest place to find your lessons, and again, your teacher will call you, like Miss Kidd has just called me, and then you can take part in the lesson as normal. You can save your work. There's files section as well. I would suggest you have a little play around with it. Takes a little bit getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, Teams is very, very easy and very nice little program for you to take part in, and hopefully you can continue learning from home. That's the plan anyway. Again, if you have any questions, please just ask. Use the email address that I mentioned before, which I'll just put up on the screen so you can see. hwsupport@westderbyschool.co.uk. That's the best and probably the quickest way for you to get in contact with us, and any password resets, etc. We can do all that pretty quick and hopefully get your son up and running. So that's it from me. Hope this helps.